Hey you guys, I haven't been around to talk to you guys since the end of beta and the video that took 7 days to upload, but May has been kind of hectic. Right at the very end of April, my computer hard drive crashed, which led to kind of a panic-filled phone call to my dad trying to fix that, and we ended up having to buy a new hard drive, and I can't find my boot discs, so we had to find boot discs for an operating system, and my dad is still kind of trying to figure that out, and I've been using his laptop, so I haven't been online very frequently because I just haven't had time to do any of that stuff. It's hard to upload videos from the iPhone app. I don't know what the problem with that's been. It was working really well, but like I said, our last beta video that I uploaded, it took literally multiple days to get that done. I had to redo it. My hair is a little crazy right now. I had to re-upload that multiple times trying to even get it to post, which was super frustrating. So, always an excuse, I know, but that's one reason I've been kind of absent in the comments as well. It's just really difficult, and actually, I feel like I have a YouTube channel that I set up way long ago so I could subscribe to people's channels, and I may start doing comments from that until my computer gets back, because I can do those on just from my phone a little bit more easily than I can switching back and forth between the accounts. It's super, not having a computer is super, super stressful. Especially since, school is over. There are 10.5 days left of school, thank goodness. And I'm going to the beach on the day, school ends on Friday, and on Saturday I'm going to the beach with my cousins, and I'll get back the following Saturday on the 8th, and then on the 10th, I'll start working. We do a therapeutic summer camp, and I'll start working again the following Monday. So I have to get any end of the year stuff completely finished, at school and stuff, and not having my laptop to take with me to work. Crazy, crazy stressful. So, because I'm going out of town and because traveling is one of my big anxiety, I adore travel. I like to go new places. I like to just explore. I don't mind getting lost and having to find my way back. I like to wander up and down streets. I like to just get in the car and turn at random places. I really enjoy that aspect of it. But packing and getting somewhere is very stressful to me. It's one of my biggest anxieties that I have. I always worry about, do I have enough clothes? Do I have, if I don't drive myself, I'll go to the beach with my cousins and my aunt and uncle, and I won't have my car. So if I don't have something and we have to go to the store, that is an anxiety, just a trigger for my anxiety, having to ask someone else to take me somewhere because I forgot something. I have really sensitive skin. I have skin allergies to stuff, so the idea of, I always have 3 different kinds of bath wash and stuff with me at home, but I can't pack all of that to go with me, because that's ridiculous to take for a week, to take 4 different shampoos and 2 different conditioners and 3 different body washes on the off chance that one of them is suddenly going to start causing you to have a random reaction to something. We're doing standardized testing right now. SOLs are what they're called here in Virginia. I know they're called different things in other places, but I had a lot of free time today, so I made a really elaborate packing list. As you can see, it's each day of the week and what I plan to wear on those days, and then my toiletries and what makeup I need to pack. And then I also have, every day what I'll put in my beach bag so I can make sure I have it, and then what I'll have in the bag that I have in the car with me when I drive down, and a list of the books I want to take with me to read. Things like this really help me manage and maintain my anxiety, because I can decide if I'm gonna, we're gonna spend all day on the beach, so I can wear, a skirt more than one time, so I can write down what days I plan to wear that skirt, what top I plan to wear with that, if I need, what kind of shoes I need, things like that, and that really helps me manage my anxiety. And then also when I pack, I pull all of these things out, and I bring them to my living room, and I put them in the bag, and I don't go back to my room. I don't give myself any option to second guess. It's just like this list, once I have it made, is completely finalized. I'll probably pack this weekend. Not the 18th, not this weekend, but I'll probably pack next weekend and be packed a week in advance, so that I can't change anything in my bag. And that really helps me reduce my anxiety and really helps me to just be calmer and enjoy the entire experience some more. The other thing that I did today while we were testing, and I did nothing but just kind of sit in a room while kids reviewed math for 2 hours, which was a little boring. I'm not gonna lie, that was more than a little boring. That was super boring for me, but it's what you have to do when you work in a middle school and they have an algebra SOL. So, I also made a list of the books I want to read this summer. This is a ridiculously long list. There are like 40 books on this list, and 2 of them are, I just wrote like series on them, like the Stephanie Plum series. I'm rereading that, and so I just put that whole series instead of listing all those things. The reason that I do this and make such a huge list is I sometimes get overwhelmed by the number of books that I want to reread. I want to read the first time again. Anxiety, like, it's silly to think that, like, trying to figure out what book you're going to do, like, causes anxiety and stress, but it really does for me because I own tons of books and I love to read and I don't want to be disappointed. And sometimes if I put a lot of time and effort into building a book up, I get so disappointed when it doesn't turn out to be as fantastic as, like, I have built it up in my head. And so sometimes I just won't read a book at all if I've heard a lot of stuff about it. And our friend Katie just had a recent experience with this. She just read Divergent, which I still haven't read, and she was completely underwhelmed. And I've heard nothing but fantastic things about Divergent. Every person I know that's bookish that has read it has absolutely loved it. My brother, who has, we have pretty similar literary tastes, he read it and really liked it. Actually, the physical copy I have is his copy. So, I tend to do that sometimes, though. The hype builds stuff up, and I'm just, like, overwhelmed. But, so to help manage that, I make ridiculously long book lists, and then I get to work my way through it to a goal. But the main point of this video is I really wanted to kind of talk about, apparently I want to talk about my anxiety more than anything else, but I also wanted to kind of talk about some books that are coming out this summer that I'm really excited about, and I have less of a workload, and so hopefully I'll get some quality reading done. I'm taking, like I said, 3 trips. I'm going to the beach twice, and then I'm going to LeakyCon in Portland with my friend Forrest, so lots of time off to read, which is also really nice. But there's just a few books, and I'm going to link them in down below, so you guys can check them out. There's kind of a variety of books, but Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, I'm so excited for that. I read Shadow and Bone last year, and I absolutely devoured it. It was Russian fairy tale. Well, like Russian fairy tale setting, but it was a unique story as far as fantasy goes, and I was just absolutely in love with the characters and the story, and I'm just really excited for the sequel to come out. I'm getting ready to reread Shadow and Bone so that I'm 100% caught up when Siege and Storm comes out. It comes out June 4th while I'm at the beach, so yes, I'm really excited about that. The other book is Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I love Neil Gaiman, even though I've only ever read Coraline and his picture books. So American Gods is on my summer list. It's already in my beach bag ready to go with me. I plan to read that this summer, and then I'm really excited about The Ocean at the End of the Lane as well. So I'll probably buy it and I'll sit on my shelf for like a year and a half, and then I'll read it later. Also, and this is a book I'm trying to convince Alyssa that we need to read it for a book club, because it took us 4 months to read our last book club book, but it's called The Tao of Martha, and it's by Jen Lancaster, and she writes like humor books, and they're like memoirs, and this one's all about her like kind of trying to live life via like Martha Stewart living, which Alyssa adores Martha Stewart, and I love funny people, so it really sounds like an ideal book for us to read together. So crossing my fingers that Alyssa is down for that. And then Revenge Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger, which is the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada. I didn't even know they were making a sequel to it until I just happened across it at Goodreads. So that's fun. I really enjoy her style of writing. It's really, it's like a step above young adult literature, kind of in that Meg Cabot way. And she's really funny, I think. But I also think her stories have like a serious vein to them. Like The Devil Wears Prada is really funny, but in that, the main character completely compromises her entire, like, what she wants out of the future, and she, you know, kind of abandons her friends and her relationship to, like, just be this assistant to this fashion magazine editor. And there's, like, this whole, like, story arc about her changing who she is for this job and then having to reclaim herself and things like that. So, I'm kind of excited to see where Revenge Wears Prada goes, because I felt like that story was pretty cut and dry. I don't know if there's going to be a different assistant, or if this is going to be, you know, the main character from The Devil Wears Prada at her new job. I don't know. So I'm kind of interested to see where that goes. Clearly, I haven't read the book description. And the last book is Ladies' Night by Mary Kay Andrews, who was the author of Hissy Fit, which Alyssa and I read for our last book club book. I think Mary Kay Andrews writes hilarious stories that appeal to people of all ages. Like, I've read her books and loved them. My aunt, who is in like her 50s, has read them and loved them. And then my cousin, who is in her mid-30s, also really enjoyed them. So it's kind of like, you know, 20s, 30s, 50s, a large variety of ages really have enjoyed those books. And they're always set in like really charming southern towns, and sometimes they don't have characters that overlap, but sometimes they have like locations that you've seen before. So I always like that continuity in books and stuff. So I probably won't read that one for a while because I have all of her other stuff in paperback. So unless I get the ebook, which I probably won't since so many people in my family like it, I'm not sure when I'll get around to reading Ladies' Night, but I'm excited to, I'm always excited to see Mary Kay Andrews have a new novel. And this video is super long, so I'm going to wrap up. But the last thing is, every year, Sync Audio does this really cool promotion in the summer where they have a free audio book of a young adult novel, and then they pair it with like a classic novel that they also have a free audio book for. So like this year they have, they've finally just released their list, and it has a lot of stuff like The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, which I read at the beginning of the year and absolutely loved. And then it has some really good classics like Alice in Wonderland, and I always enjoy that because it's 100% free. Even the software, like you have to have Overdrive software, and that's free too. But it's really great because sometimes, you know, I think audiobooks are a really great listening experience and reading experience. It's not, it's sometimes a different way to look at a story. So I always get those free audiobooks, and I really enjoy listening to them in my car. So I'm going to link that below too, so you guys can check it out. They start May 30th is when the first one is available, and they're all available for a week for you to download, and there's one every week through the end of July. So there's a ton of books. I think 8 or 9 books available throughout the summer, which is really awesome. So you guys, I hopefully am back, and I will be making a couple more videos before the beach trip in 2 weeks. I'm really excited about that. And I think Brennan wants to make a video for you guys while we're at the beach, so I don't know what that'll be about. I don't know what we'll make a beach video of, but expect some videos from the beach. And I don't know, you guys leave me a comment about a book you're excited to read this summer or a trip you're taking, and we'll talk about it. And I might reply to you from my Rochelle Shanley account because it's just a little easier. Hope you guys have a great night.